Yeah, this is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts.
The scene in Florida, circling back to that, is it's really robust. You know, I haven't had experience with much elsewhere other than, I would say, New York and maybe California, but and it's been very little. But the Florida scene is very robust and it's growing. It's really growing. So I'm excited.
And that's awesome. But you know something crazy I literally read yesterday as I was trying to come up with some stuff? Have you seen, I saw this literally yesterday, is this 10% THC thing?
What's that? Is it like a CBD, like a hybrid ratio?
No, it's like, let me see if I can pull it up. It was coming through backwards for me. Just let me see. Just tell me, is that backwards for you if you're reading it?
No, nope. It's up there. Florida House passed the THC limit. Yes, I saw. Okay. Yep.
Yep. So they're trying to do this 10% THC limit basically on people who are underage, under 21 or something. They're trying to pass. I guess it just passed the reps or whatever.
Huh.
But I literally just saw this and I'm like, that's so interesting. Like, what's the? I can put it back on for a second too. But it's like, what's the? It just sounds so stupid to me, to be quite honest.
Well, our governor here in Florida is horrendous. He's, I mean, I don't know. You can cut out if you don't want me to any of this to go on.
I like it.
Political, but you know, he's horrendous. His leadership is horrendous. His priorities are completely wrong. You know, he celebrated Rush Limbaugh as a hero, and you know, and regardless of what I don't want to get into politics at all, but just tying it back to marijuana, there's a candidate, Nikki Fried, who she's a Democrat, and I think she's going to run to replace him in well, I don't even know when the next election is, but she is and she just posted this today, circling it all back, posted that article and said that she was fighting it. She was actively fighting it. I think she's currently like commissioner of agriculture or commissioner of something in Florida, but she's going to be a contender for governor, and she is so against what you just had. So if you guys follow, I would say follow Nikki Fried if you really to follow more about this and kind of see what's going on. But basically, like you said, long story short, they're trying to limit the amount of THC in the marijuana, medical marijuana. So they're kind of pushing it back from not even like pushing it as, you know, statewide, making it recreational. It's now they're trying to push back the medicinal, which is like ridiculous.
Yeah, and it doesn't. That's why when I read it too, and as I'm learning more, talking to some of these people on the podcast as well, it's like, people are just going to find a different way. They'll just grow different strains that are just strong as fuck that are less than 10%. Right. It's like, exactly. it's like, and I don't get the benefit, you know, we're on the same page here, but it just kind of blew my mind because I was like, everything's kind of going forward, but getting that like step back a little bit maybe is like, what's like,
I think, you know, I think Florida is a very conservative state, and I'm just going to keep this, like, the politics contained to the marijuana regulations. Florida is like a very conservative state. So I think what's happening is, even what's funny is you go into like stores here, dispensaries here in Florida, and about 80% of the people are over the age of 60. So their consumer are elderly people, they're older people, you know, and these people I think also are conservative. So you have a mix between people that are conservative, normally would be against marijuana, and then there's people that are conservative but see that marijuana actually works medicinally and is taking it, you know, in their older years, because all the old people retired of Florida. So I think that's kind of the conundrum that's going on. And it's kind of working against each other, because you have the people that want to prevent marijuana, like, oh, no, you know, and then you have the old people that are like, you know, yeah, we're conservative, we're old, but hey, this is something that we take to help us, like, with our pain, with our arthritis, with our anxiety. So it's, I think, and that's what's happening. That's what's kind of happening. And I'm hoping the people that will outnumber the people that don't take medical marijuana. Eventually, everyone will just start using it, and then all the old people will have to vote for it. So.
Yeah, and they'll be like, okay. Well, what's funny with that point too is, like, you hear, or I've heard all the time, is like, older people who have smoked for so long, they're used to that low THC percentage anyway, and a lot of their stuff, so it probably wouldn't even be a big deal to them. So
yeah, I mean, I just hope honestly that, like, we get it passed, you know, federally, and kind of this whole thing just wraps up at some point in the next 4 years. I mean, Florida, I thought, was so close with it, and I feel like if we didn't have our governor, it would definitely have been recreational at this point.
This is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers.